Live, local, late breaking. This is Newswatch 12 this morning.
Good morning. The time is 6:30 on November 24th. Welcome to Newswatch 12 this morning. I'm Carlos Murrieta. We're taking a live look out at Chiloquin from the Clamoya Casino. We first want to turn over to Storm Tracker 12 meteorologist Sarah Kress for a look at your Monday. And Sarah, I know you've been tracking light showers throughout this morning, but can we expect those to prolong as we enter our day?
No, definitely this morning they should wrap up and we'll have a drier second half. So if you're not a fan of that wet weather, it's about a 50-50 mix with everyone out here. We like the wet weather, we don't. But in general, if you're not a fan of it, it will be wrapping up through this morning. Dry weather settles in throughout the rest of your day, and we can expect that through the next few. And cool afternoon temperatures will be with us later in the day. But out at radar this morning, very, very light returns. Could see some areas of drizzle, but it really is starting to wrap up now. By the time we're hitting sunrise, I do think we're going to be on the dry side for the rest of the day. We could see those showers linger maybe a little bit longer areas along the Cascades, but in general, heading out the door, because we're seeing those showers wrap up, we have some time for fog to develop into our west side valleys. Temperatures will be into the 40s. We'll see clouds into our morning. By the time you're heading home, partly to mostly cloudy sky conditions. Temperatures will be into the upper 40s, trying to get up into the 50s today, but I'm not expecting to be quite as chill as what we were dealing with over the weekend. But here's a look at your visibility currently. Along the coast, it is a little bit more dense into a few areas, but notice Grants Pass, we have seen that visibility lower over the past hour or so here, seeing that into Medford as well. Areas elsewhere, pretty quiet the rest of this morning. Here's a look at those temperatures, not quite as cold as the past few. It's honestly, if you want to say, it's on the warmer side into the Klamath Basin with those temperatures into the 30s. We're at 39 right now, over to Montague, 36, 40s into your west side valleys and along the coast. High temperatures today will rebound back up. Very typical for this time of year. You can have your sweaters on today, maybe wear a little bit more jacket layers this morning, but you want to break them off a little bit later. Temperatures in general looking like they are going to be pretty cool. Now through the next few days, weather is going to be on the quiet side. The next time we are expecting to see wet weather return is going to be onto our Thanksgiving, which means good news for our Thanksgiving travel plans. I'll let you know what you can expect over the next couple of days coming up in our next forecast. Carlos?
Thank you, Sarah. Elk Island Trading Group owner Bernie Woodard released a statement on his Facebook page providing more details on his group's plan for a homeless shelter after Grants Pass City Council awarded the group a $1.2 million grant. Woodard explains that Parker's Place will partner with Mint to develop transitional housing and navigation services, meeting all legal requirements under Oregon law and House Bill 3115.
By combining with Mint, we're able to grab the piece of property just to the north side of it called 200 Redwood Highway. Redwood Highway then connects with 218 and 220 that Mint already had.
Woodard clarified that the project will provide code-compliant shelter beds and support services, aiming to create a centralized, safe, and managed facility for individuals experiencing homelessness in Grants Pass. And a call for help in Medford yesterday morning ended with gunfire. Medford police say they were responding to a person in crisis who had a weapon, and that situation escalated into a shooting. A person was taken to the hospital and is expected to recover. Officers were called to the 3600 block of Mallard Lane for reports of a person threatening self-harm with a weapon. During their response, shots were fired and the person was taken to the hospital in stable condition. No officers were hurt, but the officer involved is now on paid leave, which is routine after a shooting. The Jackson County Sheriff's Office is leading the investigation. And the Jackson County Expo has temporarily closed all of its horse facilities following a state order from the Oregon Department of Agriculture. Officials say the closure is effective immediately. The Expo announced a closure on Facebook, saying the decision was not made lightly, stressing that the safety of animals, participants, and the public remains the top priority. The Post says at this time, we are awaiting further guidance from the Oregon Department of Agriculture so we can determine the most appropriate and responsible path forward. No timeline has been given in terms of reopening, and the Expo is asking the public for patience and cooperation while the closure is in effect. And airports across the country are bracing for the busy holiday season. The FAA is predicting this to be the busiest Thanksgiving travel period in 15 years. Newswatch 12's Danny Stepanovich is joining us live in studio to tell us some tips on how to make your trip as smooth as possible. And Danny, what do you have for us?
Morning, Carlos. As Americans head to their turkey dinners, we're looking at another busy Thanksgiving travel week. Whether you're traveling by car or by air, traffic is expected all week long. It's one of those timeless Thanksgiving traditions, encountering traffic jams as you head home for the holidays.
Thanksgiving is the single busiest travel holiday. When you compare it to Memorial Day, July 4th, even the year-end holidays.
Expect roads to be packed as people drive over the rivers and through the woods.
Between 85 to 90% of holiday travelers drive.
The worst days, Tuesday and Wednesday before the holiday, and then Sunday after Thanksgiving.
If you're going to be on the road on those days, you want to leave as early as possible, and you want to make sure that you're not caught in that afternoon, early evening hour traffic.
And it's not just busy on the roads. Americans choosing to fly can expect to encounter crowds too.
It's typically a home for the holidays season, so we're expecting busy airports at many of the largest U.S. hubs.
Fortunately, after weeks of disruptions, airports are largely back to normal. But if your flight plans hit a snag,
oftentimes there are more agents available to help you with your trip at a call center than are physically at the airport. So hop in line and hop on the phone, and whoever can help you first will help manage your disrupted flight.
Whether you're driving to catch a flight or all the way to your destination, save yourself some time by filling up the gas tank the night before.
There could be a crash on the interstate, you're stuck in traffic, and now you're running out of gas, and you're calling AAA.
One bright spot, gas prices are low this year, especially as that cheaper winter blend of gasoline hits pumps. A chance to spend that money on your Thanksgiving groceries. A AAA spokesperson says even a little bad weather can cause delays as drivers hit the brakes. If you are driving, AAA says some of the worst times to hit the road is on Tuesday between noon and 9 p.m. and Wednesday and Sunday between 11 a.m. and 8 p.m. Live in studio, Danny Stepanovich.
Thank you, Danny. New this morning, fire hydrants around Medford are getting a makeover, all to improve firefighting operations. Now, the fire hydrants will be reflective silver to be more visible at night. And the tops of the hydrants, also known as bonnets, will be one of 4 colors. This color coding will allow firefighters to visually see what water flow is available at each hydrant, improving operational efficiency. This is a work in progress, and these changes will take place as part of the normal cycle of repainting fire hydrants over the coming years. And ODFW is also looking forward to free fishing days this weekend. On the 28th and the 29th, residents and non-residents can fish crab and clam with no fishing or shellfish license across the state. ODFW says all other fishing regulations, including closures, bag limits, and restrictions, still apply. And the city of Medford is reminding residents that its free leaf collection program is now underway, a way to make fall cleanup a little bit easier for you. Medford is partnering with Rogue Disposal for free curbside leaf pickup now through December 26. The city says leaves only, no branches or grass allowed, and use a 33-gallon bag under 40 pounds, and you can set out unlimited bags at the curb. And in Klamath Falls, a restaurant that has been a local favorite for 8 years is serving customers one last time before temporarily closing. Emotions are running high as the owner tells customers it's not a goodbye, but see you later. Newswatch 12's Daryl Green has the story.
Thank you for all your support. Thank you for being here. Thank you for eating my smash burgers, my Mongolian food, and everything.
It was an emotional day for Chelly Pinkston as her restaurant served customers for the last time before temporarily closing. For 8 years, Chelly and her husband have been a pillar of the Klamath Falls community, and that community has shown continued support leading up to their final hours of business.
Yesterday, I had a special event for my kids from KU. I had so many kids, all the tables were packed like 8 in each table, from the salsa room all the way back in the lobby on the streets. I was so happy to see them because, like I said, I love those kids.
Chelly expressed that while she loves to cook, other priorities in her life have helped her make the decision to temporarily close.
I love my kids so much, and I'll do anything for them. And I really, really want to spend time with them because holidays are coming and, we can do more stuff.
Chelly entertained the idea of possibly returning to business as early as March 2026. Until then, she and her husband will continue selling their salsa along with additional product samples in grocery stores around the region. Reporting at Klamath Falls, I'm Daryl Green.
And looking ahead, Ashland is just 4 days away from one of its biggest traditions of the year. The city is getting ready for the annual Festival of Light, which is now in its 33rd year. Thousands of lights will fill the plaza this Friday as Santa leads his march at 5 p.m., followed by the grand illumination. This year, the city of Ashland says there will be new events each weekend, from caroling to special appearances from Santa. And Klamath Falls is also gearing up for winter fun with events ranging from the city tree lighting to the snowflake parade. The celebrations start next Monday with the Klamath Falls tree lighting at Klamath Commons, and then on Thursday, December 4th, the Snowflake Mile steps off at 6:30 on Main Street, followed by the 41st Snowflake Festival Parade at 7. And that is not all. Organizers say even more winter-themed events are planned throughout the week.